Good evening, everyone, and welcome to tonight's episode of Triggered. I'm your host, Zachary Clark, and you all know my co-host, Adam Furman. Adam, how are you doing tonight?
Tired.
I thought you were going for a specific look to start the show.
Hat.
Oh. I thought you said that you looked like you had put on some weight.
What?
You said that you had a body positive message to send out to all the husky folks watching the stream tonight.
Oh, like our alma mater? My alma mater. Huskies!
Yeah, Huskies rocking. That's right, because we're coming to you live from the heart of NIU's campus. What was that building called? The tall one?
This is the Holmes Student Center.
Holmes, coming to you from the top floor of the Holmes Student Center, Husky Nation. Woo! Too sweet. NWO for life.
Oh my gosh.
What? New World Order. Got a good show for you folks tonight. Here at the top floor of the
Sorry, I thought NWA.
No, NWO, the New World Order. Wolfpack!
Yes.
Woo! Too sweet.
Okay.
You know what I'm talking about. Anyway. Oh, that just reminds me about that time I saw that thing on the scanner. Scanner radio. Guess what time of year it is, folks? It's fighting season.
Oh no.
900 block of North 4th, people outside fighting. QPD en route. Update, 5th Street in the alley. That time of year again. There's going to be bat fights, machete fights.
Oh yeah.
Gangs of people. Brawling in the streets. Pandemonium. I can smell it. Smell it in the air. Fight season. It's upon us.
It's not -10 anymore. All that pent-up energy.
It's been a slow scanner season, too, the last couple weeks, so it'll be good. It'll be good to get some more activity going on. Speaking of fun activity. 14th and Broadway, suspicious male wearing a boater coat. QPD en route. Male was gone on arrival. Like, I don't know what's up, but this is just a guy wearing a coat. It's the big deal. Boater coat. Someone called the cops on this guy walking on the street in this absurd coat, apparently.
Ridiculous. Leave
Yeah.
him be.
Some
He's wearing
colorful
a strange coat,
colorful
mister.
gentleman walking down the street. I don't know. It didn't say why he was suspicious. Maybe it was for other reasons. Maybe the boater coat was just the descriptor chosen to use because it was the most apparent, what do you call it? Feature of the man.
Yeah,
He was a tall
missing
guy,
that straw.
had brown hair, no facial hair, medium build. What was it? One thing that stood out to me. Oh, yes, this was it. He was wearing a boater coat.
Hey, just missing that straw boater hat.
Yeah, he's like, you should have led with that. We could have already found the guy. We're looking for a medium build, medium height, brown haired man without a beard in Quincy. Boater coat. So, I don't know. Maybe he just likes fancy coats. Maybe he was doing other kinds of suspicious stuff. We'll never know. But what I do know is that maybe this man had something wrong with him. Maybe he was a little mentally disturbed. But maybe not as much as this gentleman. Taco Bell. Taco Bell news. making the show tonight. Taco Bell employee arrested for serving a prosthetic penis inside of a burrito. Oh, Alan Jackson, previously a Taco Bell employee. Gibson has affected his employment, is accused of serving one of his customers a burrito that contained an authentic artificial penis. When I read that, I'm like, that's weird. An authentic artificial penis. Oh, but it's clarified. Don't you worry. Mr. Jackson had lost his penis in a firearm accident as a teen. Oh no. He placed his prosthetic penis inside the burrito and served it to a young lady. So, the authentic was that it was a medical prosthesis. And it was his, which he had lost, his, original member in a firearms accident, apparently. And
maybe it was an accident.
oh, I don't know.
He just slipped.
I don't know what it was.
Well, you know.
Ah! Oh, uh-oh. Here it comes. Oh. I'm sorry. I'm just constantly drawn into this gentleman's eyes. He's got that steady gaze. What do you say? You can always tell.
Bad.
You can always tell.
You can always tell by the look in their eyes.
By the
Yeah.
look in their eyes. Oh, sad news. Sad news in the news business. Huffington Post had to lay off a number of employees, 47 to be exact. And we had talked about this. You know what you do if you're doing a mass layoff like that. You want to make sure that everybody knows and it's not a secret. Rip the Band-Aid off kind of thing, right? And you want to do it when they're in a good mood, so you serve them donuts and orange juice or something, right?
This is you're gonna trigger me out in the space here.
What? Well, Huffington Post chose a different route. Huffington Post.
They didn't serve donuts, did they?
No. Huffington Post employees, after a year of working through a pandemic that isn't over, by the way, it's still happening, were invited to a meeting today with the password "Spring is here." I'm guessing a Zoom meeting. Zoom
Yeah,
meeting.
it's got to be something like that.
Spring is here, where they were told that 47 of them would be laid off. Here's the kicker for me: they would only know
Yeah.
if they still had a job if they didn't receive an email by 1 o'clock.
Yeah, that's
47 of you didn't make
want
the
to play a
count.
game.
You still have time to change my mind. Yeah. You'll find out before 1 if you still have a job. It's just like it's like so
Yeah.
many levels. It's not like they're emailing people that are getting fired. They're only
No.
emailing you if you're staying. Wait. Yeah.
Yeah. Weird. No, this whole thing is weird, and people were griping and stuff and whatnot, and I, you know, as having been involved or having been laid off with a mass layoff, like I can understand some like, anxieties and disappointments and such, but like this is a this is a weird thing. They're like, I don't know how many people were on this call or how many people work. I get the feeling that it was everyone
Yeah.
is going to go to this, and there's like
Mandatory meeting,
100
folks.
people. Yeah, it's like, hey, everyone here, and it's like, okay, and that's like 47 of you are going to be fired by 1 o'clock. Wait, how could you even get anything done until 1 o'clock?
No. Like I said, I
No,
just leave.
just like
I'm done. I'm logging off. I guess I'll find out tomorrow if I have a job or not. Because I'm not looking at my email
hey,
again.
what exactly?
As soon as they say it, I just log out of the Zoom meeting. I don't know, guys, disconnected. Weird. Got some progress done on my project I was working on. Oh, but people were having fun with the media over this. They were ripping on them pretty good. But
Yeah,
you can't rip on them too hard because I believe last time something like this happened, what was the thing to do was to tweet at these people, learn to code.
yeah,
Hashtag learn to code.
yes,
But then those people that
right. It's a thing because that's what when like all the oil jobs or the blue collar jobs when they you know they get laid off for that stuff. It's like, well, learn to code.
yeah, they need to retrain. Those jobs are going away. They're old economy jobs. These are new economy jobs, Adam. Like coding,
Journalist?
journalism,
Oh,
indispensable careers.
yeah, sure.
But
We've picked apart we've picked apart a handful of that garbage.
those people got banned though. They got removed from Twitter for telling people that they should go learn to
For
code.
Are you for real?
Yeah, there was a violation. It was harassment or whatever under the
Oh,
Twitter
yeah.
rule interpretations. I don't get that stuff. I'm not ever worried about being banned off Twitter. I don't think it would harm me too much. I've got, I believe, less than 20 followers. Uh, but there's you have a contract with Twitter. You have a contract with absolutely every website you visit. Even
Yeah.
even
End
more,
user license agreement.
yeah, even more so if you have an account, end user license agreement, stuff like this. You have a services agreement between you and Twitter regarding them providing you the services and how it will be provided, and you using the services and how it may be used. And I don't know how some of these bans can't be in violation of that contract somehow. I've been
You're
meaning,
saying that for instance, Twitter would be in violation of its own contract.
Right. When they banned the President of the United States off Twitter, and he lost that avenue for communicating with millions of people that he used for business and developing his personal brand and all that stuff. I can't say that he wasn't harmed financially by his inability to continue to do that and its immediate disruption without notice. I can't imagine it would be a conscionable contract. Let's say, even if it were by its terms something that they could do, to be able to do that to somebody who you wildly benefit from and who wildly benefits from you, to just like, nope, cut off. And I don't know why that hasn't been tested, or maybe it has and I just haven't heard about it because the news doesn't report interesting
Yeah.
things that I care about.
Well, there's also the weird stuff about them being able to change their contract at any given time without notice and stuff.
Right. Well,
So
I mean,
they're gonna have like nested within that. Donald Trump cannot be part of the.
well, absolutely. That's the thing, though. That's the same thing. To the extent that you changed it in some radical way that materially changed the terms, whether or not those extra terms, those changed terms, would be enforceable against you, or if any of the terms are enforceable at all in any given situation. Let's say after they changed the terms, before they changed it, I had logged out and had never logged back in. And then they were trying to hold me to some term in the modified agreement. I don't know that there could be valid acceptance of those changes by me. You know, you have to have some sort of affirmative thing that says, I agree to that. Usually that's implied by you continuing to use it. So I don't know. I think that there could be some interesting contract disputes regarding it. I haven't looked into it. Maybe I'll do that at some point when I'm having another marathon night of random legal research to prove someone wrong on the internet.
Yes.
Oh, God. Oh, that thread is...
Yeah.
I don't even want to talk. I don't want to talk.
Still going?
No, I don't know. I just canceled the notifications. I stopped looking at it because it was absolutely triggering me to the moon. I firmly believe that they were just trolling me at this point.
I don't think so.
I
think they are misunderstanding your position and then arguing against that.
I don't understand how you could, though. Ugh, whatever. I don't want to get into it. I don't want to get into it. But for my own sanity, I think they're just messing with me. And that's why I'm out. Can't feed the trolls, man. Sometimes you might want to feed your haters. You might want to feed your haters a healthy dose of an interview in an intimate villa setting with one of the richest people on earth named Oprah. Did you hear about this? I don't know if they're royals anymore. Didn't they like abdicate their royal offices?
Yeah. Unclear. Yeah, I think it's one of those things where it's like, you're no longer part of the family. No, we're no longer part of the family. It's like, yes, I don't know who severed ties type deal, but I get the sense that it is yes, no longer royals for one reason or another.
I don't know anything about this. I learned when I was growing up that we severed ties with the British because they're jerks. And then mainly to keep the king out of our face. Now people just voluntarily cram the king back into their face. I don't understand it completely. But it hit the news and this was a big deal and they're talking about it. Is it Harry? Is that the former prince?
Yes.
Always prince?
Yes.
No longer a duke? I don't know how this works. Anyway, Harry and Meghan went on, did an interview on TV with Oprah. And this body language analyst was breaking it down. I thought most of it was bunk nonsense. But this one did strike me, for those of you who can't get enough of the royals. At one point in time, Meghan here said, "That's the truth." She was talking about something or other. But she didn't say it very convincingly to this guy. uh, Megan says that's the truth, but blinks 7 times in 2 seconds, averting her eyes. It's a sign that she wasn't entirely truthful. No. Every time someone does that to me, I know they're being completely honest with whatever they've just said. Say it with a straight face. Adam, I really value your friendship.
That's the truth.
What? No, I seriously do.
And that's the truth.
It's the truth. Yeah, but maybe in that villa they had gnats and maybe a gnat.
Like, are you okay?
Maybe I said it looked sort of like she was stroking out a little bit. This is when the aneurysm happened. Yeah. She had a blood vessel burst in her frontal cortex.
like Sleepy Joe?
Yeah. Oh my gosh. But anyway, there's your dose of the Royals. I hope never to speak of them again. Good day. But speaking of things exploding in your brain.
Whoa.
Adam, have you heard of ASMR?
You have mentioned them. You have mentioned it a couple times.
ASMR. Here you go. Here's a sample to make sure you've got your volume turned up with your ear plugs plugged all the way in. Here we go. Shh, 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 shh.
I don't hear anything.
It's like this. Anyway, they do like there's usually a visual thing and this side of some sounds, but it goes sort of like this. This is the triggered ASMR. This is the sound of an ice cube in a whiskey glass. And it goes on, and then these videos are like hours long. Hours. They just keep going, and it's just like these different sounds. It's like, this is the sound of me tapping my whiskey bottle. I don't completely get it. But some people listen to it while they fall asleep or whatever. They find it soothing to listen to these sounds and the soft talking. It's sort of this intimate, close thing, and like, I don't know. I don't get it entirely. But
sounds like you could abuse it for some sort of like brainwashing or something.
Oh, maybe. I don't know. But this Twitter account I follow that does this really strange webcomic was apparently just randomly Googling ASMR topics and then found this one.
I'm sure he was.
ASMR, medical kidnapping. A stalker gives you a lobotomy.
Oh my gosh.
Yes, there's more than one. Oh, I thought it was fake. I'm like, there's no way. There's no way that that's a real ASMR video. So it's going to be a close-up whispering video of this lady in your face, like giving you a fake lobotomy as you watch through the camera. And people are going to fall asleep to
As
this.
you've been kidnapped.
Yeah. You're being forcibly lobotomized by a kidnapper. But guess what, Adam? It's absolutely real.
Oh gosh, it's so degenerate.
Why would you ever watch this? I want to know what it's like to be lobotomized. Oof.
What are some of those comments?
670 comments. Let's look. Ma'am makes restraints tighter. Ma'am pulls medical tools. I don't know. I watched you go to the gym. Laughs hysterically. Girl, it ain't me. Feel. I don't know. This is some weird stuff. I'm not doing this anymore.
That sounds very
Yeah,
strange.
I don't want a glimpse into the minds of these people. Bailing out. Anyway, that's a weird thing that's on the internet. Now I'm glad you all know how it exists. Oh, but I don't know why it exists, Adam.
It's like the "Don't hug me, I'm scared."
I don't know. Okay. Yeah, we might get into that sometime. Uh, with all this new stuff that's happening, though, it's just hard to keep up with it all. Maybe we need some new words to be able to articulate what's exactly happening in the world, Adam. There used to be a book you could look. Supposably, there was a book that you could look in, and it would tell you what words were and what they meant.
Yeah, that's something I would have looked up.
I would have looked that up too, but I can't
For all
see.
for all intensive purposes, I would have looked that up in the thesaurus.
But I can't seem to find anything about it because I can't find my book. I believe it was called a dictionary. So I went on to the internet, and they have an online dictionary there called dictionary.com. And it turns out that today they just happened to drop a bunch of new words. Here are some of them. New word alert. They added 600 new words. First one, BIPOC. I didn't know anagrams were words, but that's cool, man. Bi- BIPOC.
No, Scrabble, I would challenge that.
Exactly. It's in the dictionary. It's in the dictionary. I saw it on dictionary. Don't use dictionary.com for your Scrabble dictionary, apparently, because they allow anagrams. And that's a violation of the rules. A BIPOC, which is an abbreviation for Black, Indigenous, and People of Color. Okay. Not a word already. We're off to a banging start. Dictionary.com. SpawnCon. SpawnCon. They, Bradford, Benifer? Was it Benifer? They Beneford sponsored content and mashed it together to form a new word.
I've never heard that. Never heard that before.
Yeah, SpawnCon. SpawnCon, new
It
word
sounds
alert.
actually sounds like it sounds like a convention,
Yeah, that's what I
like
thought. SpawnCon. Like
Comic
the
Con.
comic book Spawn? Because that'd be awesome. I would attend that con.
That actually sounds pretty cool.
Yeah, I know. I know. I don't think this is a word either. It's just two other words that they've mashed together. Not a word. Abbreviation. You don't get to put this down and Scrabble in my game either. Next. Word alert. Word alert. Deep fake. I thought deep fake was two words, but apparently they're mashing it together to make a new word.
I've seen it as I've seen it as one.
All right. A fake digitally all manipulated video or audio file typically featuring a person's likeness and voice in a situation that did not actually occur. Usually, also, it has to be very realistic. You don't want to. It's not just like it's not like a stick figure or whatever. It has a name tag on
Right.
it. It's like Joe Biden. Did you see that new deep fake of Joe Biden? It was a stick figure with his name on it, and he was saying all sorts of crazy stuff. I wonder if that was fake. It's from one of those new deep fakes. Yeah. All right, maybe we'll count this one. Maybe I'll let you play deep fake in the Scrabble game. Finna.
Yeah.
Next word. Finna. A phonetic spelling representing the African American vernacular English variant of fixing to. Fixing to. Finna.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm finna
Uh,
go cut a switch.
it's a weird thing that they're adding it just now. It's been in use for ever,
Well, I mean, I don't know, because we could
behind the times.
talk about dictionary theory. I don't know. I'm not entirely sure. Not entirely sure what raises to the level of being included in a dictionary. It's every sort of onomatopoeia, sound, abbreviation, or regional dialectic of a phrase or word. That seems strange. I don't think that's like what should go in
Yeah,
the
I don't know.
dictionary.
I'm just saying. I wonder what I wonder what changed where they put it in now rather than before. I don't know. Maybe it is one of those things that they're just going, like you said, they're just what abbreviations, variations. We're just gonna put them into this year.
Everything's coming in. Or why, I don't know, because fixing to. I don't know. Some of this stuff is strange.
You wouldn't even because fixing two is two. That's well. Would you count that as a single word?
No.
But like fixing is something. Well, maybe it's not.
In that
I don't know.
context, fixing would have a sub definition 3. Use fixing
Yeah.
to. Setting up to go do something. And I don't know why finna wouldn't just be like, I guess it would be like a synonym. Just a different way of saying the same thing. No. Next. Oh, and this is the one that triggered me to the freaking moon. Supposably.
Yes.
Supposably. Which is an adverb meaning as may be assumed, imagined, or supposed. Wait. What was that? What was that? Supposed? Wait a second. There's already a word called supposedly that means suppose ably. Wait a minute. Is this just some dialectic mispronunciation of supposedly and they put it into the dictionary?
Yes.
Oh, I don't know about that, Adam, because I went ahead and looked at dictionary.com's definition of supposedly to find out. Synonyms for supposably are only supposed, supposes, and supposing. Supposedly, which I guess is a separate word, is not synonymous with supposably. Different.
What?
Yeah, I don't know, because then I
Doesn't
go
even
to
make sense.
supposedly, and it doesn't even have any synonyms anymore. So I guess it's just maybe they should have this below supposably archaic version. Used to be, you would say
Because
supposedly.
this is the. Oh, that's the thing. Well, no, you'd say supposedly, and you would say that, and then depending on if someone wants to correct you or not, you would get corrected and made to look a fool in front of others, and then you would use the correct form, supposedly, the correct letters, because what you actually meant was supposedly, even though you said supposably.
Right.
There's not a different definition.
Yeah,
Very
but
strange.
like we said, the language evolves over time, and words that are close cognates,
No.
and they're just used until they become that word instead. It happens all the time throughout history of language, and particularly English. This bastard son of like 10 different languages that we speak. Supposably is now the new supposedly, except for dictionary.com didn't decide to link them together in the articles related to those words in any way, except for to say Where's it at? I found it in here. Oh, what? Did they change it? Oh.
Memory
Maybe it
hole.
was on this one. Words that can be here it is. Words that could be confused with supposedly. You might just confuse this with supposedly. It's not the same word. Supposably. Anyway, they need to fix this.
That doesn't make any sense.
If I'm going to continue to take these guys seriously as an online dictionary, this doesn't make sense. But down here they have the way the word is used, and you have different things, even from current year. The 2020 NFL season supposedly inhospitable to rookie quarterback. The viewership decline is supposedly in line with what the networks would expect to see in a regular year, etc., etc. And you go down to the examples of supposedly, and the first 7 of them are just supposed. Shelter staff are supposed to call. And so I thought, well, that's strange. They're not even using the word in these examples. And then we get down here. Finally, they started saying something. The spider and the fly was nothing to the arrangements they had made to receive their supposedly unsuspicious guests. Is unsuspicious a word, too? I don't know.
Is ought a word?
The wind might supposedly have blown her away, but one knew it would not, because she was firm and steady on her small feet. But I'm not supposedly the kind of priest you mean, and I don't think such a priest supposable. And that's when I learned what was happening here. OldDictionary.com gets their new word choices from that fanfic website. And they just set up a web crawler, and it's just derived from terrible writing from terrible writers.
Are you for real?
I don't know. That was just my lying guess I found.
Oh gosh.
It sounds
you never
right.
know. That's
it
why I had
rings
to.
True.
Hey, got me.
I don't know. It sounds true. Those sounded like bad fiction samples that they had pulled, where someone had on the internet used supposedly, and they could find examples then of it being used. Or this is just an epic troll by Dictionary.com, and they're just trying to mess with us all. Like, people are going to be really mad.
Yeah.
Supposedly.
Social engineering.
Yeah. Let's get everybody talking about our new words. Our words that we supposedly chose because of intellectual rigor in dictionary science or whatever. And finally, embiggen, which is to make her become bigger. Embiggen? Is it embiggen? Was that a word before? I don't know. That was very strange, though.
That was very strange.
Very strange. You may have heard, Adam, but there's some talk of gun control legislation in Congress.
Yeah, I've heard a little bit about that.
Yeah, it's been being bandied about right now. They're talking about all sorts of stuff like a national gun registry and restrictions, national gun restrictions and the stuff. And I don't know, it doesn't sound legal to me. It sounds like the government would be breaking the law again. Like their Violence Against Women's Act restrictions on guns near schools and things.
Yep, the Gun-Free School Zone Act.
But I am radical when it comes to the Commerce Clause, apparently, because I think that it means that they have limited regulatory authority over commerce between the states, and not that...
Very, very radical.
Not that the Commerce Clause touches every aspect of transactional business within or without a state because of how it may or may not touch on through an aggregate effect, impact, and interstate transaction. Color me confused by that precedent. But regardless, it's being bandied about again. They're talking about doing some gun control regulation, and some people were talking about it on the internet. And one person put out a sly tweet that was largely taken seriously by by a number of folks on the internet in this time of heightened alertness about people trying to take their guns.
Yeah.
And it said, making private sales illegal will stop people that have been buying guns illegally. It's science.
Yes, I saw this.
Yeah. It's easy. It's easy if you just make it illegal for them to have guns, then they won't have any guns anymore.
Yeah, exactly. It's sound reasoning, and he gives a really good example down the thread, if you saw, about dealing with the opioid crisis.
Oh.
And how, you know,
private opioid
banning the
sales
sale
are
of opioids
illegal.
except for
Only doctors can prescribe them. This has kept opioids out of the hands of those that would abuse them. Clearly true. Imagine what kind of problem we'd have if they didn't have opioids be illegal at them.
and
Chaos in the streets. There is no opioid crisis, he says. In fact, I scrolled through this one and then I found a really cogent counter proposal, though, that really for me put a spotlight on what was problematic about the idea of banning gun sales. Adam, if you ban safe and legal gun sales, people who want guns will just purchase them in a dangerous back alley gun transaction. That's just not safe for anybody.
Jeez. Awful.
What? It's just talking about safe gun transactions. We want people to be able to get... It's a constitutional right to be able to have a gun, Adam. And we don't want them to have to go to some dangerous back alley where they're risking their own lives to try to exercise their constitutional rights.
Gun purchases. Hey, you want to buy a gun? Okay, you can go to this alley on 5th Street.
Yeah. It's like, sir,
all right.
I'm looking for a firearm. All right, kid. Meet me out back at 6 o'clock.
It's there's a weird thing too that's obviously this guy is being sarcastic here, but like there's this weird mythos about these private gun sales and it being the consideration, the cash consideration being like really low amounts, and it's like guns are expensive. And gun owners don't really want to part with it unless they're going to get a good deal.
Right. This is what I'm saying. It's like they'd have to bring a large amount of cash to that back alley. That's why we need to keep gun sales safe and available to all citizens, regardless.
Safe, rare, and legal, right?
Sure. I mean, I don't know about rare.
Whatever they're...
What are you talking
That's what
about?
the language. The gun sales, obviously, in back alleys. Shut up. You know exactly what...
Here's the thing. My gun dealer, what he does is he's got a bunch of handguns, and in order to display them, he's got a coat hanger that he's stretched out.
See,
so that he can hang it.
Why does he lace the wire through like the trigger?
Yeah, the trigger guard.
Like, is that what
he laces the hanger? He laces the hanger wire through the trigger guard on the guns for display. I call it it's the coat hanger back alley gun sale. It's super dangerous, though. Oh, unsanitary, too. It's a good way to get sepsis.
From a gun transaction? What are you talking about?
Uh,
I heard that it's helpful if you use Lysol.
yeah, just spray it in there.
Disinfect. Yeah.
Sounds like a good idea. Oh, I mean,
Make
it's...
sure it's unlawful.
What? Oh, an unlawful use of Lysol?
What?
It's probably an unlawful use of Lysol.
You talking about spraying it down the barrel?
Internal use. It says no internal use right on it.
Hey, you can't spray
You can't use
down
it
the
inside your gun.
barrel. You just
What are you talking
take the
about?
magazine and just like...
Speaking of really cool stuff, did you hear that the new Secretary of Transportation was going to make transportation cool again? Making transportation cool again. Inside Secretary Pete's mission to revitalize the transportation department. Transportation department, where political careers go to die.
I don't know. Not if they have this blatant propaganda.
I don't know. Maybe someone could enlighten me. Famous secretaries of transportation that went on to change things and make a mark on the world. Do you know any? Adam?
When was the office even? No, I don't.
I don't either.
When
I have
was
no
the
idea.
office even established?
Look at this. Secretary of Transportation. Let's see what DuckDuckGo delivers for us here.
DuckDuckGo is the official browser of Triggered Media.
We are not sponsored in any way by DuckDuckGo. United States Secretary of Transportation. This wiki would probably have a list of people. Let's see if I can recognize it. Oh, look, it's got Pete's noble visage plugged up here already. Look at that. List of secretaries of transportation. We have Alan S. Boyd, the famous politician from Florida. Alan S. Boyd.
What year?
1967.
Okay,
John,
it's not that long ago.
John Volpe.
Oh, yeah, him.
We have a Claude Brinegar. Claude Brinegar. Remember all the great stuff Claude went on to do after his stint as transportation secretary. William Thaddeus Coleman Jr. Nope. Brock Adams. That's a strong name for a man that I never heard of before. Neil Goldschmidt. Neil Goldschmidt. He's got a fabulous, probably tan suit on. But I can't tell. It's black and white. Oh, wait. Look at this. Elizabeth Dole. She went on to become famous as Bob Dole's wife. James Burnley. Andy Lewis. Samuel Skinner. Andrew Card. Federico Pena. Nope. Oh, Ray LaHood. He was our congressman at one point. And I've not heard of him since he was Secretary of Transportation under Obama. Anthony Fox, Elaine Chao. Okay. Yeah, I've never heard of any of these folks.
I think that there was some sort of exchange to where, Pete would, bow out and he would get a cabinet position and then also not have his... There's some sort of, promise to make sure that his career did not die.
I'm saying that if that
so
was
like,
the...
hey,
I'm saying that...
Look, here's this puff piece.
that sounds plausible, except for the fact that they send him to the Department of Transportation.
Yeah, what else is he gonna do?
I don't know. Energy, education, state. I mean, state would be a stretch. He literally is mayor of Indianapolis or
Yeah,
whatever.
yeah. Uh, South Bend.
Uh, Anywhere else?
Yeah, that's the thing. You would need one of those. I mean, I don't know. Education. There's not gonna be. That's not a high profile one.
They stuck Ben Carson.
What was the other thing? Energy.
Yeah,
Energy's what?
energy's great, particularly when you're talking Green New Deal stuff.
That actually
Energy's
that might
going to
have been
be
it.
like on the forefront of this administration's agenda.
Maybe
I don't know.
it's gonna be
Seems
all Secretary of State, all bombing the
well.
Syrians and the Iraqis.
Yeah, some of that too, I guess. No, not under Obama too. I mean Biden. He never bombed poor Syrian children. Oh, anyway, oh Pete, this is a legitimate article about a supposedly serious politician,
Yeah,
and
it's weird. It reminds me of like the manager, like the manager class. You know, like what was it like McNamara and them? How they were all about you know making sure numbers and stuff work. Except I don't know anything about Pete except for like you said, he was the mayor of a city in Indiana.
yeah, South Bend, right? That sounds right.
Isn't that? I believe that's what. I believe that's it.
Yeah, but we got this very hard hitting news article saying this tough questions, giving us the information we need to know.
Yeah.
Meet Secretary Pete. He's on a mission to make the transportation department cool again. Come meet Pete. He's brought star power and loads of Twitter followers to the transportation department. Oh, why?
I don't know. It's this is like I can't believe that I'm past 30 and I'm seeing this stuff and it's as cringeworthy as like some of like the boomer Republican crap that you used to see in like the aughts, you know? I don't know.
I don't know. I never saw anything like this. I'm sure it existed. About, even people under Obama's administration during the last time a buddy to the left was in the Oval Office. Such glowing propagandic praise of a cabinet appointee. I don't know. I hope Pete does good things in the transportation department. Good luck, Pete. Wish you well.
Bring high-speed rail to Quincy.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. If you wanted to bring a high-speed rail from Quincy as a hub, and we'd have like
We will support this article
a grand
if you were to do that.
Grand Central Station of high-speed rail and like all of the train rails in here, and I can get on a train and it costs half as much as flying, and I can go to literally any major city in the nation in under 2 hours. You would have my full support, Pete. I hate driving to St. Louis to catch the airplane. That's the worst drive is the one back, too. It's like, okay, you've been on a trip, and now you're in St. Louis at the end of this trip. Oh, but wait, you've still got a 2-hour drive ahead of you. Oh,
Yep. Yeah.
I just push through. It's like my eyes are drooping, and I'm just like, and it's not a straight route. It's a curvy road out there, Highway 62 or whatever, and you can't just like drive without paying attention. It's like hills and dips and things.
It does make the drive better and oddly enough easier. It's not like driving on 39, I-39 or whatever. That's an awful drive. It's just, there's no like, there's just.
Yeah. You got power.
You're just on there for 3 hours.
You got to power through it, though. So, if I could take that
There's no like curves or anything
on a train, a bullet train going 300 miles an hour or whatever, I'd do it. Make it happen, Pete. We'll feature your success on the show. And finally, to finish up the night, as usual, we've got our ice cold fact of the week coming straight to you from Ice T's very own Twitter feed. Ice cold fact. A lot of things I say may seem cold, but then again, my name is Ice. Ice cold fact, my man. Ice T coming at you. Ugh. So cool! One day, Adam, we'll get Ice-T on the show.
He'd be like, what are you guys doing?
He'd love it. We'd be best friends. We'd hang out. Get backstage passes to a body count show.
It's like the genre of like, comedy sketches where like the celebrity comes on and he wasn't like fully briefed or didn't fully understand like the show that he comes on. Like the Between Two Ferns type thing. It's like I don't know, SNL's done a whole handful of stuff. You got like the Wayne's World stuff. It's just like wait, I thought there was going to be this here. No, it's just us.
This is it, Ice. This is it.
Let's take a look at the
scan radio.
And he's like, oh, gosh.
He'd probably get up and walk out.
Probably. Oh, that'd be so good, though.
Oh, it would be so good. Just like this show tonight was so good. But that's our show for tonight, folks. Really hope you enjoyed it. If you'd like to, you can follow us on Twitter. Our Twitter handles are located below our names. The Triggered Media account is @triggered_media. Like this video, subscribe to our channel, share it with your friends, hit that bell, and get alerts whenever we go live. If you want to comment on anything you liked or disliked about the show, feel free to comment below. The engagement really helps the algorithm. We might have this channel actually seen by 10 people instead of the usual 8. But Adam, did you have anything you would like to add here at the end of the show tonight?
Yeah, just a word of advice that if, the next week you go to Taco Bell to check your burrito before you take a bite.
Or don't, depending on what kind of mood you're in.
Oh, gross.
All right, folks, that's the show tonight. And we will see you next week on Triggered. Good night.